Probably the two best known companies in their sector are Canopy Growth and Tilray. But which of these have the best management team? I made videos reviewing the brands of both companies, and the key takeaway was that Canopy's management seems to respond and adapt to customer feedback, while Tilray doesn't so much. Canopy began legalization selling terrible product, and their brands quickly became hated. But a couple of years ago, they made some acquisitions, and along with it, some growing talent. After that, they scrapped their worst brands and used their new expertise to improve their remaining brands. And their improvement has been noted by consumers who increased their market share. Tilray, however, appears to have no communication between their brands. Their most expensive one, Broken Coast, is not their best. Their Riff brand, despite being cheaper than Broken Coast, is definitely a superior product. And I know quality is subjective, but I think I can say this objectively because Broken Coast doesn't even burn well, meaning they use too many nutrients, meaning it's an easy problem to fix, meaning management should have done so quite some time ago. Tilray seems so disconnected from their consumer that they don't understand the strengths and weaknesses and where to make improvements. Although in some older interviews from a few years ago, CEO David Klein may have said some things which I regarded to be kind of ridiculous, he was always expressing a vision for the future and a plan. And while not all of his ideas have been great, he does seem to have listened to his customers and his advisors and then told his team, alright, execute that. And while their turnaround is in the early phases, it does appear to be working. CEO Irwin Simon, on the other hand, seems to think everything's fine. He's number one in market share, don't you know? And they'd be making a ton of money if it weren't for government regulation and competition like the black market and 1,000 LPs. And oh yeah, it's always somebody else's fault. Tilray is doing great things, but just things are tough out there, okay? So how is Decibel making money? Well, their management team listens to the customers, makes innovative products, and even improves those, which is how they became number one in infused pre-rolls and vapes. And number two overall. And they've been actually profitable for about a year and a half now. So while none of this is financial advice, of course, I hope it helps you understand who's who in the Canadian cannabis industry.